All right, B'siyata Dishmaya, we are in B'yam Darkecha. We're going to be learning tonight about Dveikut. Devek in Hebrew in Lashon HaKodesh means glue. Dveikut is clinging to Hashem, gluing ourselves to Hashem. We'll learn a little bit about it. This is a midah, this is a trait that every single Jew is yearning for. The Even HaPinah L'chol Avodah HaAmitit is the cornerstone of all of the true services of Hashem that we can do. V'ha Yesod HaChaim HaAmitiyim, and is the foundation for a true life. Ki Dveikut Yikar Pnimiyut Mahud Neshmat HaYehudit. Dveikut is the main essence of internally what's going on of the Jewish soul. Shenichiyim Shayechut LaHashem Yitbarach, that will live with some kind of relationship and belonging to Hashem, and we will be connected to Him with a relationship, an internal deep relationship. Until we feel Hashem with us in every single aspect of life. And we're only going to want Hashem and being close to Him. And we'll merit to really feel that you are children to Hashem your God. A lot of Jews, that their hearts are awake, they're aroused. How do I merit to cling to Hashem? So too, a lot of us that do feel Dveikut, that do manage to feel Dveikut, we want to increase the fire and the intensity of the Dveikut. And we ask, what's the proper way to get to Shiviti Hashem lenigdi tamid? I placed Hashem in front of me constantly, with the emphasis on constantly. This is what we're going to come talk about today, right? And there's a lot of people that have this problem, right? Just before we get in, they feel that in their learning and in their praying, they did merit to some kind of feeling of kirvat Elokim, of closeness to Hashem. They've tasted sweetness in Torah, they've tasted sweetness in prayer. Afterwards, when they have to get off of their high work and their high avodah, and they have to go back into this world and go to job and go do something else, go shopping, whatever it is, they feel as if they fell off a cliff, right? They had such a lofty experience, it was so high, that the person doesn't know what to do now. You have to know that the work of Dveikut is the exact only advice to get successful and not falling. Bezat Hashem, whoever merits the Dveikut won't fall when you have to go deal with mundane things. You're also not going to feel vanity and lies and falseness in your heart. Why would you feel that way? Maybe that there's some kind of falseness going on here. On the one hand, I learn Torah and I go and I pray and I do these lofty things. On the other hand, I have to go do a job and clean and get dirty and do all these different things, right? It's like I'm living two lives. It's a lie. It's not the case. When your person has real Dveikut, and they live with the reality of Hashem, then they feel and they live Hashem even in the Gashmiut, even in the mundane things. There's no time that I'm separate from Hashem. So Dveikut. What is Dveikut? It's the feeling of nochach, of in the presence of, in front of. Right? Dveikut is this general term for all of the feelings and the emotions that we have in godliness. Right? Whenever you feel the light on you, you get the chills from some kind of spiritual thing that you did, right? That is a level of Dveikut. Dveikut is this general term. It's the stage in where you're living Hashem. And you're connected to Him. In truth, there's a lot of levels to this. What is the foundational beginning, the first step of Dveikut? It's a nochach. It's to be present. Right? Everyone that they feel that this is what we say when we come to the Amidah, the Shmonai, the 18 blessings, we say, Baruch Atah Hashem. Blessed are you. What is you? It means I'm right there. I'm right in front of you. Right in front of you, right? So, you feel Hashem with you, and you feel this internal connection that's really strong with Hashem. Until you feel the desire to even be one with Him. Like an aspect of a hug. Right? To unify as one. Zoya Dveikut. This is Dveikut. A feeling that a person has that I'm together with Hashem right now. And you feel Hashem's reality and you live unified with a connection and a deep relationship with Hashem. V'adam shezochel is a person who merits this madrigato gvuha harbe. Person merits this, his level is high in spirituality. It's higher than he who lives in a state of just, I do it because I was commanded to do it. It's a person who recognizes that there's godliness, and he even has awe of Hashem, and honor and respect of Hashem, and fear of Hashem, and what he said in the Torah. And he took upon himself to even do what he was commanded to do. Even though the person who takes upon the yoke, so to say, recognizes Hashem, he doesn't feel Hashem as a part of my life. So to say, God's this external being that I have to listen to what he said, right? But I don't live my life with him. In that person's eyes, it's as if it's a king over a nation. Right? The king exists. I'm never going to ever get in front of him. But the king exists and he makes laws, right? It's michud labayit. It's out of my house. It's out of my life. There's a king of the nation. Shalom aleichem. That one right there. אבל במדרגת הדבקות האדם מרגיש את השם יתברך בתוך חייו. On the level of dveikut, a person feels Hashem in his life. בהרגשת ורצון הלב, with a feeling and a desire of the heart, a will of the heart. והוא תופס אצלו מקום בחייו. Hashem takes up part of your life. He takes up real estate in your life. בתחושות ובמחשבות, in your feelings, in your thoughts. בוודאי גם בזה יש מדרגות. For sure, there too there's also many levels. How much does the relationship that you have with Hashem take up in your life? Like a connection between families, right? There's a very strong and open, within your family there's people that you're closer with and there's people that you're less close with, right? So too, where is Hashem in your relationship status, right? Where is it with Him? Is it complicated? Or are you in a relationship, right? What is the perfect level of that? That person feels Hashem so strongly, he's so connected to Him, until the whole entire creation and all of the different aspects of it, they're not important to me so much. A person like this feels that he's only with Hashem. And every single Jew needs to get to this level. Right? Your head, what is it you're doing? Your body might be going through different actions, but what is your head going through? I'm seeking out Hashem in everything here. I'm about to go through a whole bunch of things today in my day. What is my head busy with? Finding Hashem. The actions that are going on, but what am I looking out for? Right? And what is the lust of your heart? My soul is thirsty for Hashem. When am I going to be able to come and see the face of God? In any aspect in life that I engage with, you're only going to try to seek out how is Hashem being revealed here in my life. So what's the levels of Dveikut? Above the level of that, right? Above that level, there's the level of Bitul. Right? The level of Bitul is nullifying myself, self-nullification. Shem Dveikut amuka yoter. Bitul is a deeper level of Dveikut.
The last Kavarazan, we learned about Bitul. November, end of November. Yeah.
There you go. Vinyanamu, the idea is, Akara mukau behira biyichud Hashem yitbarach. What is Bitul? What is nullifying myself? A deep recognition, a deep, clear recognition in the unity of Hashem, the oneness of Hashem. That internally, Hashem is the only true reality. Like there's a whole chapter on Bitul. The more a person merits to nullify himself, to get into Bitul, right? He feels that this emotion, the feelings of Hashem, it's going to take up all of your thoughts and all of your emotions. Until you don't even feel yourself. Right? It's all about Hashem. And above that, above that is the level of dwelling, of Hashem dwelling His light upon you. Godly light dwells upon the person and is revealed through him and by way of him. And you become a vehicle, complete vehicle. And you feel the light of Hashem inside of you. And this level is a very, very lofty and awesome level. This is pretty much prophecy, right? Like it's written by the Ramchal, Rav Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, Ashchina mitlabeshet betoch chachmei adorot. The Shechina encloses itself inside the wise sages of the generation. Umisham me'ir l'Yisrael, and from there it's illuminated to the nation of Israel. Ki Ashchina milvad shechna betocham od tisovevam. Right, the Shechina, not only is it dwelling in it, it's surrounding it. V'yehenu Yisrael me'ora begilui, and the Am Yisrael will enjoy it in its revelation. V'chol Yehudi raui lezeh. Every Jew is fitting to feel this. K'mo shekatav Rabbeinu Chaim Vital, like Rabbeinu Chaim Vital wrote in Sharei Kedusha, in the gates of Kedusha, right? So this is something that we have to feel. We have to have, when we have a connection to the tzaddikim, we have to know that they're revealing the light of the Shekhinah in the world, and we have to aspire to go up in levels more and more and more. That your heart should be ignited and burning to cling to Hashem. You're not going to rest and you're not going to be quiet. Until I merit to get Dveikut. Until I get in front of Hashem, I can hug Hashem. I'm not stopping. I want to keep growing on this. When a person feels a real true connection to Hashem, then a person, that kind of person who really merits to feel Hashem, he wants the whole world to get that feeling. A person who merits to get to real Dveikut, his whole entire will is just to reveal the kingship of Hashem in the world. Dveikut is the purpose of all of the things that we have to do in the Torah. Every mitzvah, every commandment, every prayer, every learning, everything that we do, the goal is Dveikut, to cling to Hashem. Not only is it a mitzvah from the Torah, one of the 613 commandments, to cling to Hashem, said over 3 times, I think, in the Torah. Right? And on him you shall cling, in order to cling to him, and to him you shall all cling. Right? It's also the purpose of all of the Torah and all of the mitzvot that we have, all the commandments that we have. What's the goal of every mitzvah and all Torah learning and all prayer? To cling to Hashem truthfully, right? So that we will not only comprehend more godliness, but also live with Hashem. Like it was explained by the Bach, and this is what he said: Kavanato yitbarach hayta sheniyah sukim b'Torah kidei shetitatzen nishmatenu ba'atzmot v'ruchaniyut b'kedushat mekor matzah haTorah. What was the intention of Hashem? That we will be constantly dealing with Torah, in order so that our soul should get super powerful with spirituality and sanctity from the source of the Torah. Meaning, you learn Torah to get to the source of the Torah, which is God. Right? So too wrote the duties of the heart, Chovot HaLevavot, in the Shara Cheshbon Nefesh, in the gate of self-evaluation. It's fitting for you, my brother, to know, to understand. Most of the idea that the mitzvot that have to be done with body parts and with limbs, it's in order to illuminate for the internal aspects, this spiritual soul, because upon that is dependent on your work, all of your work, and that is the root of the Torah, meaning everything we do with our body is a spiritual back end as well, called our spiritual body, and everything's dependent on that. The more, how much more we can attach all of those aspects to Hashem. A person that says, in order for me to keep the will of Hashem, all I have to do is really just show up to learn Torah externally, just to get through pages, right? To get wiser. And to do the mitzvah externally, without my heart. And he's living in this world of what we call mitzvot anashim melumada. People that go through the mitzvah robotically just because they were born into it, or that's what they know is right, but they don't really do it with their heart. A person that's doing this, he missed the main aspect of it. His Torah, his mitzvot, it's like a body without a neshama, without a soul. It's very far, completely far away from the intention of the Creator. Hashem Yishmor, God forbid, right? May God guard a person like this. Hashem seeking out the hearts of everybody. That's what He wants, is your heart, not the actions. He told you to do the actions because that's how you're going to entice your heart, right? But get your heart excited, but he wants the heart. Even if a person's a wise Torah scholar, learning all day long, he's doing the loftiest levels of Torah learning and mitzvot. Even though that's the case, he's doing all of these things in practicality, he's doing them. If he forgets the main part, I placed Hashem in front of me at all times, constantly. He's not seeking out to live with Hashem. He's missing the whole entire goal, the whole entire target. Hashem, the Gemara tells us, right? Rachmana liba bayit. Rachamana is the Torah, is mercy. Hashem wants your heart. Even though for sure, Reshitu besis avodah, the root and the beginning of all of the work, Hi kabbalat ol malchut shamayim, is to take upon yourself to do the mitzvot even when you don't feel like doing it, and to get through the actions and to check the V's. That's for sure, that's the beginning, right? Mitoch yirat shamayim, from an awe of Hashem, from a fear of God, that this is what the king asked me to do, told me to do, not asked me, told me to do. I want to listen to him, I have awe of him, I respect him. Right? This is what the king commanded. It doesn't matter if I feel dveikut when I come to do a mitzvah or not. Or do I feel some internal connection? It's not about that. I was commanded to do it. First step first, you have to check the view, you have to do the actions that you were told to do. Whether you feel like it or not, whether you feel something when you do them or not. That's the base. It's definitely not the purpose. After a person is successful in holding on to the yoke of heaven, to do the mitzvot, because he's showing up to prayer, he's doing what he has to do, he's putting on tefillin every day, he's doing with the minimum that we're on his level that he needs to do. And he wants to keep all of the halachot in every situation he finds himself in. The person needs to ascend after a while. You need to go up. To start to serve from love of Hashem. Not just from that. Right? Like the Rambam wrote in Ilchot Tshuva, in the halachot of Tshuva, Haosek ba lo li'ira v'lo lekabel schar, a person who deals with Torah not from out of fear, not to receive reward, rather from a love of the master of all of the land, that he commanded us to do it. This is a person who's doing it for the sake of heaven. And the rabbi said, a person should always be dealing with Torah even if it's not for the sake of heaven. Because if you do it from place of not for the sake of heaven, in the end you will come to doing it for the sake of heaven. Therefore, when we teach small children or people that are in the beginning of their service or women, and the general people that don't know a lot of Torah, we don't teach them to serve anybody, to serve Hashem. We start specifically from awe of Hashem. And why not only awe of Hashem, meaning be scared that you're going to get punished, also you're going to get an amazing reward. That's where you start from. A person that's not keeping Torah mitzvot, you tell him, hey, listen, there's a chance you're going to end up in a very bad situation after your life because of the way you're living. And not only that, if you do this and this and this and this, you're going to be benefiting in this world and in that world. So that person, he's still worrying about himself. But that's the beginning level. A person has to care about himself a little bit. But the goal after that is to start to ascend and to do it because I love you, Hashem, and I want a connection with you, and I love feeling you, and I love knowing that you're with me, and I get goosebumps just knowing that the light is coming through me. We want to get to that level. Right? So, this is the only true way to serve Hashem. A person feels that my soul is put aside. From such an immense passion to cling through love to the sweetness of Hashem. Whoever merits to hold on to Hashem strong, he, that kind of person, can stand against the test of the Yetzer Hara. He's not going to get startled or weak in the mind from anything. A person who has immense Dveikut with Hashem, he has tranquility, he's calm, serenity, feels whole in his emunah. In any situation, any time. I'm with Hashem and I'm happy. And a lot of people feel that the Yetzer Hara is greater than them, it's more powerful than them, and they don't know what to do. The answer is, this happens because they're not dealing with acquiring more Dveikut, clinging to Hashem, so they feel the Yetzer Hara is always stronger than them. But what are you doing in order to get stronger in Dveikut and clinging to the source? They haven't acquired the true weapon against the Yetzer Hara. There's a weapon, one of the best weapons. The only real weapon that you can have against the Yetzer Hara is to cling to Hashem, to hold on to Him, like it says in the Chazal, in the rabbis. I created the Yetzer Hara and I created a potion against him called the Torah. The Torah is the main way to get to Dveikut, learning the will of Hashem. The main aspect of Torah is Dveikut, is getting to clinging to Hashem. Clinging to Hashem is the ability to subdue your Yetzer Hara, because whoever merits to cling to Hashem and feels pleasantness in being close to Hashem, a living God, so he hates evil. In the most hardest way possible, he hates the Yetzer Hara and he hates anything that would be against the will of Hashem. The lovers of Hashem hate evil. By way of Dveikut, clinging to Hashem, you can break all of the lust, all of the jealousy, all of the hatred, all of the pride in the world. Whoever merits to this true level of Dveikut feels Hashem so much that he doesn't care about anything, right? And he won't do anything against the will of Hashem. Some deep ideas. Every Jew has the ability to cling to Hashem, right? We're nearly done, guys. Every Jew needs to believe and to know. You can get to the level where you feel godliness, where you can feel godly light. Every Jew needs to know this. There is a reality that you could live your life in a stage of Dveikut with Hashem no matter what you're going through. It's possible. You're able to, and it's possible to take immense pleasure in comprehending more godliness, in learning something more about Hashem, and deepening your relationship with Hashem. To live out His oneness, His unity in the world. With vitality, with pleasure, and with dveikut, with clinging to Hashem. Even though we're on a low level, externally, according to our actions of who we are as individuals, we might not be fitting, right? We might not be acting the best we should be. We have sins. Therefore, we haven't received proper prophecy in our generations, right? Even though that's the case, we're not prophets, we all have the ability to cling to Hashem, according to your level, according to your situation that you're in, no matter what you're going through. And whoever thinks, whoever thinks that in our generation there's no way for a person to have any relationship with God and godliness and the Shekhinah, it's a horrible mistake. This is the whole entire purpose of all of the service that we have in the Torah. How is it possible that you're going to be commanded in all of these mitzvot and there's no way to actually feel Hashem by way of doing them? Hashem already said, I am God, I haven't changed. So if it's a mitzvah in the Torah that I have to cling to Hashem, and it says it over 3 times in the Torah that I have to cling to Hashem, and it's the whole entire purpose of my Torah and my avodah and my mitzvot and everything I'm doing, and Hashem's never changed throughout the generations and will never change, so it can't be that I can't get to a level of Dveikut, which is a mitzvah in the Torah. Every Jew needs to contemplate, why shouldn't I have the light of Dveikut? Why shouldn't I be able to have this feeling of clinging to Hashem? What is my portion lower, less than any of the portions of the tzaddikim? They merited to live with the immense pleasure of the supernal light. Why should I be any different? We have to be very careful to not go into false humility. To believe that you're not on a level where you can get to godly comprehension and feeling God. Any Jew, no matter who he is, can get to the level of feeling Hashem. A person needs emunah. That you too can reach Elokut, you too can seek out godliness and achieve it. To cling to the Holy Shekhinah. Be careful not to say this has nothing to do with me. Me, I'm not fitting. I shouldn't be getting this. I do sins. I have a bad past. Even a person has done sins, is still doing sins. You don't really belong to the bad. You don't really have a connection to the bad. So all you have to do is do tshuva, return to Hashem, and you're already there. You're not really belonging to the bad. You're belonging to Hashem. You're rooted in Hashem. So we just have to be able to come back. Whenever it is, come back to this. Every Jew can get to Dveikut according to his level. These ideas were given to every single Jew. This is the purpose of us, of mankind. To come to godly comprehension. This is what Hashem wants from us. Therefore, in application, no matter who he is, if you work hard and you try to get to Dveikut, for sure you're going to merit to get to it. With the mercy of Hashem, to taste from the supernal light that is so pleasant. And to cling to a living God. Every Jew has true emotions. And that are pulled out from the most internal spark that you have in you. Because Hashem is dwelling inside the camp of Israel, inside the children of Israel. Right? And even though for sure this changes from every single person, according to their level of sanctity, how much they're doing, how much they take care of their holiness, they guard themselves. The more you sanctify yourself, the more you get holier and you separate yourself from this world and more into sanctity, the more you're going to feel it grow. All of Am Yisrael are considered as if they have a Brit Milah, and they're all considered holy. It's just a matter of what is the level of that, right? So, B'ezrat Hashem, for today we're going to stop here, but this is it. Dveikut, what is Dveikut? Clinging to Hashem. Every single Jew, our goal is to cling to Hashem. The goal of the Torah, the goal of learning Torah, the goal of doing mitzvot, giving tzedakah, whatever it is, right? Not using a razor, not murdering someone, doing something positive, helping someone, giving charity to someone, keeping Shabbat. All of these things that we do, the goal is to cling to Hashem, to live with the reality of Hashem. The first level is to take upon yourself that there's a Torah and there's a king that commanded to do it, and I have to do it whether I feel like doing it or don't feel like doing it, whether I feel good about doing it or not feel good about doing it. There's a Torah and I have to keep it. There's halachot and I have to learn them and I have to try to apply them. That's the first level. Why would you do that? Because maybe you're scared of getting punished by God, or you want to get reward from God for doing these things, for keeping the Torah. Every Jew has to do that. All of us have to be on that level constantly in our life. But we cannot stop there. That's not the purpose. That's the beginning step, is to recognize that there's a king and you have to listen. After that, out of love for everything that he does for us and everything that he gives for us and everything that he's provided for us and all the doors he's opening up for us and all the people he's brought us across, for everything that Hashem has done for us, and the fact that we are ourselves rooted as a part of him. We are an expression of his light. So we should develop our relationship with him on a higher level out of love, to cling to him, to feel with him, to feel a connection to Hashem no matter what, whether I'm in the synagogue praying, learning Torah, doing a mitzvah, or I'm in the bank dealing with a banker. And I can act properly and with respect and calm and stay relaxed and not to get angry, not to feel hatred, not to feel jealousy, not to feel any lust. Why? Because I'm connected at the core. The more we can work on this, and every single Jew is fitting to get to these levels, it just depends on how much you want them and how much you want to work on it, how much you want to practice it. B'ezrat Hashem, we have a few more weeks to learn about Dveikut. It's a very, very deep topic. It's probably one of my favorite mitzvot. So I'm very passionate about it. But B'ezrat Hashem, over the next few weeks, we'll clarify it more and more.